Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Nothing Yet Live. I'm the Jay Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker.
You know what this means? Talking about, holy shit, Maddie Cuff. Who are these
orgies? Orgies. Apparently, Madison Cawthorn is getting invited to orgies.
By the way, this song is Porno Sonic. It's Dick Dagger's Big Dick Dilemma. That's what this is titled, right?
Well, it's very expressive music.
Yeah. Dick Dagger's Big Dick Dilemma. Dick Dagger.
I have a big dick and a dilemma.
I wonder if Ron Jeremy was Dick Dagger before he was Ron Jeremy.
I wonder if that's where the Dirk Diggler came from.
Probably. Makes sense. We're talking about Madison Cawthorn.
Okay, so if you followed the story, Madison Cawthorn went on some TV show or podcast and compared the actual
talking about Coke, son.
experience of being in Congress with not Game of Thrones. I always say that, with House of Cards. And he claims that he's been invited to orgies.
Talking about orgies, son.
Complete with cocaine and naked people.
Maybe they need somebody to hold the cocaine tray.
Now the
cocaine tray.
The elephant in the room with that story is that
who
he doesn't name names.
Good God.
So one Michael Figueroa postulated that if it were Democrats,
yeah, it'd be.
He would have named them. He would have thrown them under the bus.
Would have been on fire. Yeah.
So, ergo, it must be people on his side of the aisle. And we're not the only ones thinking this. Michael Figueroa is not the only one thinking this.
No, the whole world
his
was
fellow Republicans have picked up on the whiff of danger here.
They were like, "Fuck did he just say?"
Fuck did he just say? Kevin McCarthy, his boss, decided he needed to have a meeting with one freshman congressman. And we speculated that perhaps he was dragged out of his wheelchair and thrown over Kevin McCarthy's lap and spanked. He's like, I'll give you an orgy, boy.
Kevin McCarthy, what a gem. Maddie Koth.
Maddie Koth. Oh, now you're in trouble. Now your own party.
In the North Carolina Congressman Maddie Koth will not face any immediate disciplinary action over his claim to have invited to orgies and have seen Washington figures using cocaine.
Asked whether he was thrown over Kevin McCarthy's lap and spanked, the speaker for the Speaker of the House had no comment.
If you told me that Washington insiders and government officials were doing cocaine orgies, I'd go, yeah, sounds about right. But you're talking about your Matt Gaetz and your MTG, right?
Yeah, you're kind of narrowing it down.
The only thing that goes in me is white.
Well, there's a lot of white. After meeting Cawthorn on Wednesday, the House Minority Leader, Kevin McCarthy, I'm sorry, he's not the Majority Leader. Or I said Speaker of the House. I can't remember what I said, but he's not that.
I'm not gay.
Told reporters the comments were unacceptable.
Unacceptable unless they're
true. Well, they're still not acceptable because
no, they were completely acceptable. That was what you're supposed to do, Madison Cawthorn, is out motherfuckers that you think that are doing wrong shit. Like, take your focus off of gay people, like Dave Rubin and
Ben Shapiro.
And Ben Shapiro, possibly, allegedly.
Possibly.
Yeah. But take that high-powered focus, and why don't you point it at finding out and getting us the names of these coke-fueled orgiasts?
Yeah. Yeah, we'd like
to know now.
Names.
All of them. As we're going to show you later on, we got some dicks that aren't even fucking Republicans.
Exactly. Kevin McCarthy is gagging you, essentially. Hopefully that spanking made an impression. There's a lot of different things that can happen, McCarthy added, regarding possible consequences.
But why there should be no consequences for him.
For Madison Cawthorn. No.
Yeah. If
no.
he's telling the truth,
If
there
he's
should
telling
be
the truth, there's
fucking no
right.
Right.
The only reason there should be consequences
why
is
is
that he's lying.
We're gonna get into why the fucking DOJ is so goddamn slow. Because they're a fucking part of the bag of dicks. But
which is actually a bag of
the
pussies.
hell are you doing? Merrick Garland, where you at, son? What the fuck's going on here? Nothing that Ben Shapiro did was illegal. But he talked
about Ben Shapiro or Maddie Koth.
I mean, sorry, nothing Maddie Koth did was fucking illegal. Nothing he did was illegal by outing a fucking bunch of coke-fueled orgies. That's you need to now immediately look into that. Why are you talking to him? One of the two things you could be saying is fucking what's up, shithead? Why'd you fucking say that? Weren't you supposed to slap around the liberals? You're a little wheel guy. You're our wheel man.
Or Maddie, you know something I don't? Spill.
Man, he said, what did he say? He said, what it said was misconstrued or something.
Well, we haven't gotten to that. It says, okay, he's like throwing him over I just told him he's lost my trust. He's going to have to earn it back. And I laid out everything. I laid his ass across my lap and said, it is unbecoming.
You can't do this again. He said, I mean, he's got a lot of members very upset.
Yeah.
Oh, which ones?
Yeah.
Which ones? We want those names. Can we have those names?
Who's upset? Because if you're innocent, you're not going to be upset.
You're going to be like, who the fuck's this? Like, who did he piss off, McCarthy?
They're like,
oh shit.
Oh shit.
Cawthorn is a right-wing gadfly, controversialist, and controversialist.
Yeah, that's a word.
That's a fucking word.
And a Trump supporter.
He made remarks about orgies and drugs in an interview with a podcast, Warrior Poets Society. Ugh. You know what? I hate that because I consider myself a warrior poet. Posted online last week. Ooh. Who are the upset members now? Now we got a name. McCarthy said he knows who's pissed. Well, let's find out who those pissed off people are and why they're so upset. Because either they're guilty or they're not.
Exactly. So who's upset? Exactly. Besides Kevin McCarthy.
I imagine some of the fucking innocent ones are guilty or are pissed as well.
Right.
Because they weren't invited to these orgies like Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz. They just keep telling him the wrong date. Yeah, they're like, joke. Of course, Ted. Come on June 3rd.
Yeah. So we went
on June 5th.
Oh man. The youngest member of Congress ever, which just goes to show you that they'll vote anybody in on that side.
He's like, well, I'm a young guy, so they want me there, of course. Yeah, they want you there.
Yeah, you need a GoPro and a tray.
Exactly.
Full of cocaine.
Mm-hmm. And you're not doing any of the cocaine, just so you know.
Cruise around. It'd be funny if they had like an automated wheelchair that has like a tray of coke on it. And he has a GoPro on. And they can just have an app on their phone where they can call the like a Roomba. Yeah. Like a Roomba that just navigates over to the person that wants the cocaine.
And you know what? He's a 26
since the 21st century.
He's a 26-year-old squeaky little freshman congressman. Do you think they would actually invite him to an orgy? Dude, really? Yeah. Honestly?
Yeah. And if he's a Republican, if he was a Democrat, they would have fucking just like, they would have so much problem with like someone young. They'd be like, you don't know shit. You don't know shit. And now they're like Madison Cawthorn, just like, dude, you went full MTG on this one, dude. Now you like, how did you just say that thing that like possibly incriminated a bunch of people?
Well, he probably was feeling very powerful in that moment.
I figure there's got to be at least 4 or 5 to make an orgy.
Unless he doesn't know what an orgy is.
According to Maddie Koth, there is at least 5 members of Congress that are congressional hoes.
And I don't know if he threw the Senate under the bus, too. I don't know if he was just talking about his own chamber. I'm like...
He said, this was the thing he said, too. He said, I seen somebody do a key bump. I don't even fucking know what that means. I
Is
knew
that a
I
cocaine term?
Yes.
Yeah, a key bump of cocaine, right? And,
That's
oh, you know
not-
what a key bump is? It's probably like
off of a key.
off of a key. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like on the tip of a key.
I learned something new. I did not know. I knew what a bump was. I've heard that.
Yeah,
term,
me too.
But I've never heard the term key bump. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. And car key. Snorting off their fucking.
My first thought was that it was a swingers thing.
I have an idea. Let's ask these alleged people for their car keys and test them.
Yeah, test
for
them
cocaine.
for cocaine.
And you'll know exactly.
I'll bet they used Madison Cawthorn's keys so that he would be thrown under the bus. He's going to be the fall guy.
Well, rolled under the bus.
Rolled under the bus. Yeah, sorry about that. Or tossed with a projectile.
Can you imagine him just being like, "What? You want this? You want this?" He's just like,
he's like,
yeah. Like a weird version of like when you pull up next to somebody in a car and they go to get in and you
yeah.
you do that a bunch of fucking time. That's what he's just like, God damn it.
They probably, as part of his initiation, they're probably like, they completely take control of his wheelchair. They won't let him control it.
Talking about glorious failures. That's one. That is great. He's like, I told him you can't just you can't make statements like that as a member of Congress that affect everyone.
In other words, you can't go around telling them that. You can't go around.
You can't go around telling the truth.
Airing our dirty laundry.
You can't tell the truth.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to tell the truth. You can't just do that.
Well, you need to run it by me first.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Can I tell everybody about drug-fueled orgies? One word: evidence. We want it. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Start naming names, little roly boy. Roly poly.
You want another spanking,
Maddie
Madison?
Cawthorn. In the interview, McCarthy says he claimed to watch people do cocaine. Then he comes in, says he thinks he maybe saw a staffer in a parking garage from 100 yards away.
Wait a minute.
You got some fucking supervision, bro.
No, wait a
You
minute.
need some supervision.
He's talking about getting invited to orgies where people are doing cocaine and presumably naked. And now he's saying he maybe saw a staffer. That's not a congressperson. That's a staffer in a parking garage from 100 miles away. Doing what exactly?
Let's go with guilt by association. Because I don't know.
So what is it?
So why
so
there's a congressional staffer make enough money to buy coke?
He's backpedaling. I mean, back wheeling from I got invited to orgies where there was cocaine to, oh, I might have seen a staffer from 100 yards away. Is that the back wheeling?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's like, dude, you said it. And you said it again, and you
it's one
backed
thing
it
to
up.
Say I've heard about orgies, or
you said
I maybe saw somebody doing coke. Yeah, he's saying invited you to
one name, buddy. One name. We'll do the rest.
Was it
Tyler and Parker on the fucking case?
Yeah. Was it an email?
Yeah.
Send me the invite. Send me the invite. We'll get our hackers on it.
Spam email. Let's get a picture of some Russian hot chick or something, and then put it on Tinder, and say where we live in Washington D.C. and
see who responds.
See who fucking responds. Yeah. We get a lot.
McCarthy fielded complaints about Cawthorn's remarks from numerous House Republicans. Senators weighed in too, but on Wednesday, McCarthy and Scalise told reporters they would wait to see how Cawthorn behaves before considering disciplinary action.
How are you going to discipline a guy for telling the truth? Unless you're disciplining for him lying, and if he's lying, we want to know why. I want some evidence, yo.
Well,
evidence, son.
I
want some evidence of your innocence.
If he's lying, that's
what he can be punished for.
Yeah,
right. But if he's telling the truth, man, I'm dying.
I know, but we're never gonna know
Mm-hmm.
unless there's somebody who's willing to squeal.
Yeah, no, and like you said, if they were, look at this, and of course, one of their members, Matt Gaetz,
you know, that guy you would
has
think
admitted
would know how to
to
keep his mouth shut.
He has admitted to doing drugs
mm-hmm.
and having sex with young women.
He hasn't admitted to that.
Well, but I mean, not underage women. I'm saying he has sex with young women. I mean, he is like 38 and he's dating like a 25-year-old or something.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
He's like 25. No, he's
right, but he's accused of having sex with a teenager
and doing fucking drugs.
Yeah.
Lots of drugs, ecstasy, coke, fucking you name it.
Yeah,
So-
he looks like he's coked up all the time.
But yeah, I mean, the fact that he was shocked, like his age belies that. Like the fact that he would say something this devastating, and like how you gonna lie your way out of this?
Oh, so AOC weighed in on this. On Wednesday, a prominent House Democrat, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York, asked on Twitter why Republicans are acting so shocked by Cawthorn's alleged revelations about their party.
We know that you guys are freaks.
He didn't mention, I mean, devil's advocate here, he didn't mention party.
No, he said sexual event.
Right, but he didn't mention political party. He didn't say
Who it was.
right. So
but why would the Republicans or why would the Democrats invite Madison Cawthorn to a fucking
right
meeting?
also, and why wouldn't he throw them under the bus? I mean, those are the logical questions, but the fact is he didn't
That'd be funny if
specify. So
this would be the greatest troll of all time if you had some Democrat, like he recorded himself like going, I'm gonna fuck Madison Cawthorn up. Watch this, and then goes to him and goes, "Hey, man, you want to come to this fucking orgy, right?" And then he fucking spits it out, but he didn't go, so he can't like give details, and he can't accuse a sitting.
Why couldn't he sit? Why couldn't
he can't accuse a sitting representative of doing something they didn't do? So that would have.
Oh, right. So he can't. But he could say say he was invited by a certain person.
Right, but if it's a prominent Democrat, they would think like, oh, this is a fucking smear campaign because it never happened. Like it's just all the way around like an excellent troll.
Yeah.
If a Democrat like recorded himself, like that's what I would do. I like to do that sometimes. I'll record when I'm gonna fuck with somebody, when I gaslight somebody. I'll record that I'm gaslighting them, so they know that I thought evil. Like.
One of their members,
this
is from AOC. One of their members, Matt Gaetz of Florida, another far-right congressman, is being investigated for sex trafficking a minor. And they've been pretty okay with that.
Where are you at? Even the fucking DOJ, which is run by Democrats, is not fucking even going after him.
Yeah.
They don't like to eat their own.
They don't like to eat their own. And they've got, Trump has successfully battle fatigued so many law enforcement people. They issued more consequences to members who voted to impeach Trump.
If a Democrat was accused of what Matt Gaetz is accused of,
I know. I keep coming back to Al Franken.
It would have been fucking.
He was seen in a photo cupping his hands near a woman's breasts.
Well, that's great.
And the woman even came forward and she said something like, yeah, it made me uncomfortable at the time, but he apologized. It's not a big deal. And
admitted it and then quit.
Yeah, he was under extreme pressure to do
That's
so.
the quote unquote right thing to do. Except the right doesn't do that.
No, they dig in.
They circle the fucking wagons because that's how old they are.
Yep. Because they were raised on wagons.
They would lay waste to anybody on the Democratic side that did it, and they have come to it. Like you said, like what Al Franken did was wrong, but it was fucking innocent. Yeah, I mean,
it was in poor taste.
I imagine a Republican would have tried to lift her shirt.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, or reached in there. You know what I mean? Like,
it would have gotten rapey.
Yeah. Merrick Garland, where the fuck you at? You and your fucking bag of Mary dicks that are just quitting right and left.
Yes. Now this is an actual nominee. We have airdrop.
Oh, what?
Bag.
Oh, sorry.
I just love any excuse to play that. Yeah.
I liked my KFC drop the other day.
There it is.
Great. But yeah.
Dicks. Large bag of dicks. But what were they going to do with this large bag of dicks?
Well,
so our next nominee.
We're going to tell you in a moment when we get back.
Yes.
We're at 20.
We're nominating a bag.
We're nominating a bag. We'll be right back. I'm the J Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker.
This
is Nothing Yet Live.
All right. Let's get right back to it.
All right. I quickly need to
pee.